Hey, in this video, I want to share with you how you can use social media to build your network marketing business to crazy levels. So if this is the first time you ever watched one of my videos, my name is Fraser Brooks. I've helped 280,000 people, paid customers, to build their network marketing business using social media. And I can help you too if you pay super close attention to this video and others on our channel as well, completely free. So before we do get started, make sure that you smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let me know down below, do you currently use social media to build your network marketing business? If so, let me know what platform that you use right now, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and all of that fun stuff. All right, so let's get into this. I've got some super exciting things for you, but I want you to really understand this one analogy that I'm going to share with you that can give you guidance over the years whilst you build your network marketing business using social media. So I want you to think about a car, right? I want you to think that vehicle represents your company. What does it look like? Is it a Volvo? Is it a Mini Cooper? Is it a Ferrari, a BMW, an Audi? Is it a Lamborghini? Is it a Bugatti? Is it a Rolls Royce, a Bentley? What is it? I want you to write it down. And if you haven't got a piece of paper and pen ready right now, then in the chat, just write what you believe your company to be. Now, don't give me the name of the company. Just give me the name and the make or the model of that car. And I hope that you're thinking high level. I hope you're not thinking it's a three-wheeler beaten up car. I hope you're not thinking like it's a bad car, whatever a bad car looks like in your eyes, right? Everyone has different opinions and stuff. But the first thing is really understanding that the car that you're driving is the best. If you don't have certainty in that, you will lose. I always say that belief is not enough. Certainty is everything. For example, if you were to come home and your partner asks you and says like, hey, am I the woman of your dreams? And you say, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure I think so.
It's not going to be good enough. You're going to have to pack your bags and leave. But if you come home and your wife, your partner turns around to you and says,
am I the woman of your dreams?
And you say 1000%, I couldn't even imagine the idea of not meeting you, how would you feel? You'd feel safe, secure, loyal, trusting. Certainty is everything. So you got to be certain in the car that you drive. Now, what are we taught when we're younger? What are we taught in schools? We're taught that stranger danger. So if a car, let's say a big, shiny, white Rolls Royce was to drive along, saw you walking the street, pulled alongside you, put the window down, and someone you did not know said, hey, get in. Would you get in? Now, some of you would. Some of you are like,
oh, screw it. It's a brand new, shiny, $500,000 Rolls Royce. Of course I'm getting in.
And you would pick up your phone and you would record the whole experience. But the majority of people, they go,
I don't know you.
Stranger danger, run away, say, no thanks, I'm okay. That's the same when it comes to network marketing. You are the driver in this incredible opportunity, in this incredible profession, in your incredible company selling incredible products. But because people do not know who you are, they don't know you from Adam, right? That saying. Then they're not going to do it. So the second part of this analogy is the driver is the brand. The driver needs to have trust. So let's imagine this. I come up and drive alongside you, put the window down. You don't know who I am. And I say,
hey, get in.
Some of you are going to say yes. The majority of you are going to say no. Now imagine in this situation, I'm Beyonce. And I'm Beyonce, I'm in this $500,000 white, shiny Rolls Royce. She probably wouldn't be driving it herself. She probably has a chauffeur. And I drive alongside you. I put my window down. I look at you and say,
hey, I'm Beyonce. Get in. We'll go for a drive.
How many of you now have changed your mind about whether to get in the car or not? Now, the people who were going to get in are now doubly excited to get in. They're like,
oh my God, it's Beyonce.
They get their phone. They go live on Instagram. They're like,
look who I'm driving with.
The second group of people are like,
Rolls Royce, I know her, that's Beyonce. Screw it, she ain't gonna kidnap me. She isn't a stranger, I know who she is. She has a reputation, she has credibility. Okay, I'll get in.
But there will still be a percentage of people who see that you're in a great car, see that you're in an amazing vehicle, see there's an incredible person driving it in their eyes. They might not know who it is, and they will therefore say,
no, I'm okay, it's not for me.
There's always gonna be people like that. But the third thing, I want you to imagine this. Would you ever get an Uber driver and then you get in the Uber and then they say, where are you going? And you say, I don't know. No, I don't even think you can order an Uber without giving the destination. Imagine that you are on a plane on the runway and the captain comes on and says, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are going to be flying up for about an hour and a half. We're going to circle around Budapest 17 times, then go over to Vienna, and then we're going to figure out the rest after. We don't know how long we're going to be in the air, but we'll figure it out. How many of you guys are pressing the button for the air hostess, ding, and saying,
I want off this plane. I don't even care about my luggage.
You would never get in a car or a vehicle without knowing the destination. So the car is the vehicle, the company that you're representing. The brand is the driver to create trust. And then the destination is the vision. Where are we going? You might be sat down, you turn to Beyonce and say, where are we going? And she says, I don't know. You're going to have a massive amount of doubt. Initially, you might be like, oh, okay. And then eventually you're like,
okay, I need to get out now. This is ridiculous.
But if the driver says, we are going there, we're going to arrive in 17 and a half minutes. And when we get there, you're going to get get your own Rolls Royce just like this. Instead of it being white, it's going to be blue. Then you get excited. And that is the key that you really need to understand when it comes to social media and network marketing. You know the vehicle you're in. You've got to build that brand so that people trust you, and you've got to tell people where you're going and where you're going to be taking people. Now, with the vision side of things, there's a little exercise that you can do. Super fun exercise. You're going to love it. It just requires a little bit of thought, okay? And you can do it super fast as well. So I'm going to walk you through the exercise now. And feel free to come back to this exercise as many times as you want. I really would like you to set a goal or an alarm or a calendar alert for like 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from this date to come back to this video and see if you're on your way to the destination that you're going. And I'm going to explain to you now. So imagine this. You walk into a room and there's 200 people. And you get to speak to every single person of this 200 people in small groups, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 5-on-1, 10-on-1. And you're just going to be yourself. They're going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer it honestly, 100% authentically, with your energy, with your views, with your opinions, everything. And then you get on stage and tell your story for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And then you leave the room and all the 200 people have to decide how they describe you in 3 words. What are those 3 words going to be? Now, I'll tell you, my 3 words when I first did this exercise 20-something years ago was kind, caring, and friendly. And I was so proud of that. I was so excited at the idea that I was kind, I was caring, I was friendly. I remember my dad turning around to me after I'd done the exercise and he said, the reason why you won't get what you want is because of those 3 words. And he said, you don't get paid what you want, you get paid by who you are. You don't get paid what you want, you get paid who you are. He said, what do you want those 3 words to be? So I want you to now imagine you've got those 3 words. That's where you are, right? We talked in another video about closing the gap of where you are today and where you want to go. Or again, in the car example, where the car starts and where the car wants to go. Now I want you to appreciate that you go into a room of 200 people. They're different people this time. And you have a chance to speak to them one-on-one, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 5-to-1, 10-to-1, 20-to-1. And they're going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer it honestly with your opinions, your expertise, your knowledge, your energy, whatever it might be. Then you get on stage, you share your story for 10, 15 minutes. Now imagine that this second time is 10 years from now. So it's April, May, June 2034. You leave the room, all 200 people get together and they have got to describe you using 3 words. What do you want those 3 words to be? You can pick. You're in full control. You can pick anything you want. I'm having a guess that you're not going to pick the same 3 words that you are right now. I didn't pick kind, caring, and friendly. I picked value, inspiration, energy. I remember turning around to my dad when I did this exercise many years ago. I said, Dad, I want to be a person of value. I want to provide inspiration to other people. And I want to have a massive amount of energy whilst I'm doing it. And he said, I love that. Are you doing that right now? I said, no. He said, what are you going to do that allows you to become that person? And I said, I'm going to teach my team. I'm going to give them valuable lessons. Are you doing it now? No. So I started doing that more. I'm going to tell my story to hopefully inspire them. Are you telling that now? I said, no. He said, well, now you are. And I started doing it and people started saying that I was inspirational. And then, hey, how are you acting when you go to events around your team? I said, I just kind of I'm introverted. So I just kind of go into the dark corner of the room and just kind of, be in the room, but not really participating. He said, okay, that's going to change. From that moment onwards, I was the loudest and proudest person, celebrating everyone, whether I knew them or not, whether they were in my team or not, whether they're in my company or not. I was celebrating them how I wanted them to celebrate me. Fast forward, I think it was 2 years ago, I did an event in Sarajevo, Bosnia. A few hundred people were there. I was speaking for 6 hours. And at the end of it, a woman came up to me, we were doing photos. She came up to me crying her eyes out, wrapped her arms around me, hugged me tight and said, that was one of the most valuable, inspirational, energetic speeches I've ever heard. Thank you so much. And it was like a punch to the stomach for me, because I had never heard anyone say those 3 words in a row. And I completely forgot that I even did this exercise all those years ago. And I went up to my room, went in, and literally cried into the pillow. I couldn't believe it happened because I became who I wanted. And here's the thing, guys. When you arrive at the person you become, it's time for you to challenge yourself for 3 other words. So I want you to really think about the 3 words that you are right now, write them in the chat down below, and then come back and see how close you are to that. Here's the thing that you really need to establish, realize, understand, comprehend, whatever it might be. The 3 words that you wrote down probably describe a leader. They probably describe a leader, because that's the aim of the game. In order for you to have financial success, financial freedom, financial abundance, to be a hero to other people, to be a success story for other people, you have to become the leader who you might be scared to be right now. And I understand the power of what's next. A lot of people don't do the work because they're scared. I don't know what's next. I don't know what I've got to do next. Not knowing the future scares me to do the action right now. Just get it done. Messy action, and you will reach your financial goals. So what about the social media thing? I've got 5 questions for you, and this maybe could be another video. Maybe it will be another video in the future. But when it comes to social media, there's 5 things you really need to know. The analogy that I've given you is the most important thing. Having certainty in the vehicle, knowing that the brand is so fundamental, and then having that vision of your future self, where you're going and where you're going to take people with you, that's going to be the foundation for success. However, there are 5 questions that you need to ask yourself and you need to know. If you can answer them as fast as possible, then great. If you need time to think about it, that's also great. But here we go. Number 1, know who you want to help on social media. If the answer is everyone, or if the answer is men or women, when you try and help everyone, you end up serving no one. When you talk about everything, you end up talking about nothing. People don't understand what you're all about. If you say, I help men, or I help people, or I help people who breathe, it's not enough. It's I help professional mums, I help stay-at-home dads, I help single parents, I help married couples. That's the who. Once you've established the who, you need to know what pains they have, right? So number 2, what pains do they have? So if you're going to help like single dads, what pain are they going through? Don't have enough time, don't have enough money, juggling too much, whatever it might be. And that's what you talk about. So you know who you want to help, you know what pains they have. Number 3, know why you need to help them. What's the connection that you have to that person? It's probably because you have, or you are the same person you want to help, and you probably had the same pains that you used to have. And the key to success on social media is help the person who you used to be. That's it. So many people separate themselves from the masses because they're no longer the person who they used to be, that they forget there's many, many groups of people who were like where they used to be, and now they're qualified to be able to help them, right? You just got to be one chapter ahead. That's all it is. One step ahead, one chapter ahead to be able to be qualified to help someone get to where you are. Remember? Chapter 0, chapter 1. Get to chapter 1. That's gap 1. Chapter 1, chapter 2. Get to chapter 2. That's closing the second gap. So know who you want to help, know what their pains are, and know why you want to help them. Number 4, know how you're going to help them. So like, what's your process? What's your system? What's your blueprint? So the how can be like, okay, I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I know how hard it is juggling 3 jobs, being a dad, making the money and making it work. That's the pains. How do I know this? Because I used to be in this situation way worse than I am right now. I've no longer got the 3 jobs because I work from home. I no longer have the financial stress because I have this business. Right? You share that. And how I've done it is by using a super simple 3-step system. Now I can share that system with you. All you got to do is message me the word dad and I'll do it. Don't message me the word dad, right? This is for an example. But you need to be so certain and confident the system that you have is going to help that group of people. If you're not, you've got to go and get the certainty. You've got to go and get the belief that what you're doing is the right thing that's going to help someone. And then number 5 is you've got to know that you have the gift. You have is packaged in a nice box, the product, the business in a box, the system, the community, whatever it is. Whenever you give the gift to someone else, some people are going to be super grateful without even opening it. Some people are going to open it and go,
Wow, you got me this.
Some people are going to go,
Oh, I don't want a gift.
Some people are going to open it and go,
Thanks.
and when you leave, they talk badly about your back. Some people are going to tell you
I don't want this. I don't need this.
after they've opened it. Some people are going to open it and go,
This is the worst gift that I've ever had.
but by you giving them the gift, that's your job done. Now, could you do a better job of giving it? Maybe. Could you put more thought into it? Maybe. But whenever you're thoughtful to the right person, so you know the gift you're going to give is a single dad, you know that they're struggling with a job, that they know that you've gone through a situation and you've established how they can do it, the best gift that you can ever give is a way out. Is a way out to go from where they are to where they want to be. That's also a way out. Is an opportunity to break free from their current environment to have their breakthrough. And when you know the answers to those 5 questions, as well as understanding the analogy I shared with you, you're already halfway to success on social media. Now it's, how do I create hooks with my content to serve the people who I help? What are the pains I'm going to talk about in the hooks? What are the stories that I'm going to tell? How can I be relatable? How can I be valuable? How can I create shareable content? And you will go from 0 followers to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000, and so on with time. Okay? So if you got value from this video, please do let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want more social media content like this, also let me know what your stumbling blocks are, what your challenges are, and I'll do my absolute best to create videos around what you want. But for now, smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, tag me if you're going to post onto your Instagram stories as well, at Fraser Brooks Online, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video coming up real soon. All right? Bye-bye.